Hello everyone, in this video I'll be translating and summarizing the latest Urdu broadcast by Samina Pasha to make it accessible for our English-speaking audience. Let's go through the key developments and insights in Samina Pasha's words. We'll bring you news from within the country and also from outside because yet another war has begun. You know that Israel carried out an attack, after which Iran gave a strong response, and now a new war has started. What damages have occurred and what has come to light, we'll tell you about that. Along with this, an important update is that PTI, or Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, has two major events today. The first is a rally in Peshawar, which is essentially a form of mobilization related to the release of Imran Khan. On the other hand, there is a protest today in Washington, USA, also by PTI. And this protest is gaining significant attention. Why? We'll tell you that later on, so there's a lot in this vlog. We request you to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Let's begin with the latest updates from Iran. Iran launched attacks late at night. At that time only reports came in, but in the morning the damage was assessed. Judging by the state of various Israeli cities, it's not hard to conclude that these were very lethal attacks. Even Israel probably didn't expect such a strong response from Iran. I've heard many people say that if Israel had even a 1% idea that Iran genuinely possesses atomic power, they would never have dared to attack. This is their typical method. They use the excuse of countries building atomic weapons, as they did in Iraq, and now again in Iran, and then launch illegal attacks. But if they're sure a country truly has nuclear capability, they don't dare to attack because they know the response will be unbearable. The cowardly operation Israel carried out, attacking Iran without provocation, was met with a shocking response from Iran. I told you in my previous video that Iran even claimed to have shot down Israeli fighter jets. People were surprised. How did Iran shoot down jets given it seemingly lacks such air capabilities? Now many people are speculating that Iran must have had support, silent support, possibly from a neighboring country. Could it be India? Clearly not, as India is a partner of Israel. Then could it be China, Pakistan or another Arab country that provided help enabling Iran to down those jets? Not only did they shoot down jets, but the attacks within Israel, even in its capital and other cities, made it a terrifying night for Israelis. I was watching different videos and statements from Israelis showing their buildings destroyed. They looked like the ruins of Gaza. The destruction was the same that Israel recently inflicted on Gaza. Now many of Israel's own buildings lie in rubble, and their people were seen fleeing in panic, crying out for help. This is now a grim reality. When you oppress others, those same things can come back to haunt your own people. Playing with fire and blood isn't a minor matter. Not everyone is as helpless as Gaza, where Israel attacked civilians and hospitals, carried out massacres and acts of genocide. People may have remained largely silent, but that silence was criminal. In truth, hearts were in pain, Muslim and non-Muslim alike, for what happened in Gaza. Now seeing a similar situation develop in Israel, though not on the same scale, is telling. Israel has claimed 3 or 4 of their people were killed and dozens injured. But looking at the destroyed buildings, it seems the damage might be greater. Iran has claimed they did not target civilian populations. However, looking at the buildings hit, they appear to be residential areas, similar to what Israel did in Gaza. Even American diplomats in Israel said they had to move to safe locations 5 times last night. It was a difficult night. Opposition leaders in Israel have also called it a bitter night. Videos from Israeli citizens show how terrified they were. Small children were running in fear of Iranian attacks. This is not the first time we've seen this. We've seen worse in Gaza, where innocent children were martyred. Talking about that is deeply painful. Now, Israel has announced it will carry out further attacks, and in its latest assault, it is being reported that 3 more Iranian nuclear scientists have been martyred. So the Israeli attacks are ongoing. Israel has now officially declared Iran the main battlefield, while Gaza has become a secondary front. Their full focus is now on Iran. Last night, an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council was held. The situation was reviewed thoroughly. Once again, it became clear which countries stand with Israel and which with Iran. The encouraging thing is that Pakistan's representative gave full support to Iran and presented Pakistan's position strongly. Whereas Western countries, especially the United States, continue to support Israel, as they always have. Going forward, these countries will try to pressure Iran, not only to dismantle its nuclear capabilities, but also to stop the attacks. However, Iran has now officially announced that its attacks on Israel will continue as long as necessary. It's not hard to guess that Israel's intelligence inside Iran was very strong. There were certainly traitors from within who gave accurate, specific information. Some believe the missiles fired by Israel were actually launched from within Iran, meaning internal collaborators assisted them. This is entirely possible. Israel may have received such internal support, allowing them to carry out last night's attack so easily. Even now, people believe the continued attacks are aided by internal intelligence, providing precise details about Iran's nuclear scientists, key figures like army chiefs and commanders of the Revolutionary Guard, revealing exactly where they are. And these locations are being targeted with precision. So, the current situation is such that it is often said that internal traitors do more damage than external enemies, and that's exactly what we're seeing now. Nevertheless, Iran is currently fighting with a strong spirit of faith. Many people take a practical view and say that if you look at the balance of power, it clearly lies with Israel. The reason? All the major powers support Israel. It has access to modern technology, endless resources, its bullying continues unchecked, and its lobbying efforts are strong worldwide. On the other hand, Iran, already under sanctions, doesn't even have the full support of Muslim countries. In fact, some are openly standing against Iran. What Iran has is only its spiritual conviction, its faith-based resolve, under which it believes it can give Israel a tough time and even destroy it. And last night we saw a glimpse of this resolve. When the attack happened, initially it wasn't clear how much damage had been done. But today we can see that Israel has been taught a serious lesson. One important point here is the reaction coming from Pakistan. Shockingly, many of the sellouts or touts in Pakistan are now demanding, why hasn't Imran Khan tweeted? Why hasn't he condemned Israel's attack? Why hasn't he expressed solidarity with Iran? These people are so blindly foolish, so ignorant that what can one even say to them? God's people. Do you really think Imran Khan is tweeting from jail? Do you believe he has a smartphone in jail, is fully updated and is able to give immediate reactions? It's been a week and no one has even met Imran Khan. The attack happened only 2 days ago. Since the attack started, no one has been allowed to meet him. So unless someone goes inside, meets him and receives a response, how can anything be shared with the media or tweeted? When no one has met him, how can you demand a tweet? This is the shameful kind of sellout behavior we're seeing, where people abandon all common sense and just follow orders or seek to push a narrative that damages Imran Khan's image. They're trying to label him a supporter of Israel by asking such pointed questions. Why hasn't he condemned Israel? Let's be honest, Imran Khan has always strongly condemned Israel. He has boldly challenged Moeed. Do any of your other leaders have that kind of courage, that kind of shame or dignity? None of them even dare to take Israel's name in the way Imran Khan does, nor can they confront Moeed in the way Imran Khan has. Have you ever seen your beloved revolutionary leader, Nawaz Sharif, post a tweet condemning Moeed, the man who attacked your own country? And yet you're demanding a tweet from Imran Khan, who is in jail, isolated for 2 years, unseen and unheard by the world. You're not demanding this from people outside of jail or from official representatives. No, you're demanding it from someone whose voice you've silenced. But this also shows how much weight his words still carry, because even these people are waiting for his tweet. They know his words still matter, unlike others whose statements no one even listens to. I won't use the same words Imran Khan used when he compared them to insects, but the fact is, when a leader has stature, their words carry value. So yes, when Imran Khan does tweet, it will matter. Now let's wait and see if he is allowed to meet Awami Khan or other sisters on Tuesday. And if that meeting happens, I can say with absolute certainty and no doubt that he will powerfully condemn Israel and stand in solidarity with Iran. And all your concerns will be addressed, so please be patient. These nonsensical narratives, this is exactly why these people can never build a real narrative. I always say powerful people and the establishment always have their share of sellouts. They keep such people in place. But earlier, at least those people had some intelligence or ability. Now, they've completely abandoned merit. Any random person is made a sellout, given a screen, or appointed as a spokesperson, without even checking if they have any common sense. And that's why they not only humiliate themselves, but also those they try to represent. It only invites more criticism, not support. Anyway, moving forward, there are two important updates today regarding Imran Khan and PTI. First, in Peshawar, Mithira, there's a political rally where Ali Amin Gandapur will address the crowd. This will be his speech after the budget announcement, and he will likely try to gain the workers' confidence. So I expect a fiery, passionate address. Second, PTI's overseas US chapter has announced a protest in Washington, D.C. They've invited people from all over the United States to join. This protest is especially significant considering Field Marshal Asim Munir's visit to the United States. This is going to be an unusual and unprecedented situation. Never before has an army chief visited the United States while protests were held against him abroad. Some people believe the visit should have been cancelled given the Israel-Iran conflict. Others say it doesn't matter. But if the protest becomes meaningful, with a large turnout, it will certainly be an embarrassment. And this may have ripple effects inside Pakistan as well. We might even see that relatives of overseas Pakistanis face increasing pressure, or that PTI leaders distance themselves from the protest to avoid trouble. That's entirely possible. Let's see how successful PTI is in gathering a big crowd. That wraps up our translation of Samina Pasha's video. I hope this English version helped you understand her message better. Please like, share and subscribe to Awami Lens to help our community grow. Don't forget to leave a comment below and let me know what you thought of this effort.